Hello dear friends, hello dear Christians. I welcome you once more to this channel. If you are not watching this video from my channel, please subscribe to my channel using my name, Fru Clovis. Find it on YouTube and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 things we should know about Lent. Firstly, we have to know what Lent is in order to know the 4 things about it. So Lent is a time of preparation. It is a time in which Christians are called to remember the passion of Jesus Christ. It is a time of intense prayers. It is a time of intense love that we should show to one another. So without wasting much time, we should go directly to the 4 things you should know about Lent. First thing is the beginning of Lent. When does Lent actually begin and when does it actually end? Lent begins on Ash Wednesday. This year it falls on the 6th of March 2019. Ash Wednesday, we bless the palms that were used on Palm Sunday of 2018, and we put the ash on our foreheads, reminding ourselves that we are dust and unto dust we shall return. It is a sign of humility. You know, you'll find people on Ash Wednesday with crosses on their foreheads, moving about the streets, willing to share their faith. We are not obliged to leave those ashes on our foreheads after the service or after the ritual. But some people decide to leave it there so that maybe one person can ask, but why do you have that thing on your forehead? And the person decides to share his faith. It is a witness to the faith. Lent finishes on Holy Thursday. On Holy Thursday, we celebrate the day Jesus had his Last Supper with his disciples. It is a great day in which the Holy Eucharist was instituted into the church and the first ordination was ever done for priests. So, Lent begins from Ash Wednesday and finishes on Holy Thursday. The second thing we should know about Lent is its duration. Lent lasts for 40 days. 40 is a symbolic number we find in the Bible, and during these 40 days, we remember days in which Jesus spent in the desert before starting his pastoral ministry. 40 is actually a time for preparation. You see, Jesus took 40 days to prepare for his pastoral ministry. If you go back to the Old Testament, we find Moses, who went up to the mountain and stayed there for 40 days after the covenant between God and the people of Israel. We find the Israelites who traveled through the desert for 40 years. So the number 40 is a symbolic number which signifies preparation. So Lent begins from Ash Wednesday up to Holy Thursday. This period lasts 40 days. The third thing I want to share with you about Lent, which I think you should know, are the pillars of Lent, which other people call the practices of Lent. These pillars, there are 3 of them. The first one is prayer. Prayer, as I was taught from childhood, is talking and listening to God. It means we are not only going to talk, we are not only going to speak, but we have to listen. So it means there should be 2 ways in which we go to God in prayers. One, we talk to him, we give him all our burdens, we thank him for the so many things he has done for us and whatsoever you have. And then we have to listen. That means we have to make our time to listen completely in silence, no talking. How do we listen to God? In meditation or listening to the word of God. The second pillar is fasting. Fasting means staying away from heavy meals for the glory of God. It is not only staying away from food or staying away from those good things that we like, it is also staying away from the bad things that we don't want during this Lenten period and that we don't want throughout our lives. So we should stay away from heavy food, and this food should be converted in another thing, because some people will go into fasting and will decide not to take breakfast and supper, but will take lunch, but they will accumulate all the food that they were supposed to take for breakfast, lunch, and supper and eat during lunch. No. If you are sacrificing your food, make sure a poor person benefits from the sacrifice you're making. The third pillar is almsgiving. Now comes in the things you were sacrificing during fasting to be given to poor people. There are people all around you that don't have. There are people who don't have anybody to talk to. There are people who don't have shelter. There are people who don't have clothes to put on. There are people who don't have shoes. But back there in your wardrobe, I'm sure you have so many shoes, so many clothes. You have so much time. You have so many things that you have that you don't use them. There are so many of them that are there. They are not bad, they are not old, but you don't use them. So pack them, and during this period, help the poor with them. Almsgiving is not only giving physical things to people, it's also giving in your listening ear to someone who has no one to listen to him. It's also giving your time to someone who needs someone to accompany him. It's also giving your love. It is also called charity. Charity is love in action. So all those things that involve love, those are the things you need to offer in almsgiving to someone during this Lent. The last thing, the fourth thing which we should know about Lent is the liturgical color. I'm sure most of you are surprised by this last number. The liturgical color for this time is purple. Why purple? Purple signifies preparation. Purple signifies penitence. So during these 40 days of preparation for Easter, during these 40 days of penitence, we use purple as an outward symbol for whatever thing that is going on in our heart. So our hearts should be purple hearts during this period of Lent, and not only physically, but inwardly. So that by the time Easter comes, we are going to celebrate our redemption with clean and pure hearts. May this Easter season be a fruitful one for you and I. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Love you.